Good morning, everybody. I'm up early. A couple of weeks ago, we had a power outage, and what it did was fried one of our televisions, it fried one of our laptops, and it even fried my phone. So far I've replaced the TV, and I went out and bought a new laptop, and they had this screen on for sale. So I bought it too. And I regret it. So yesterday, when I was setting up the computer, there's this new thing even though when I set it up, I said I didn't want the 365 Microsoft Office. And I made sure I gave myself 7 days to verify anything. I was checking out an editor I had downloaded, and the thing was doing updates, and it rebooted, and it locked me out. So I got to take it back in this morning and get it fixed or unlocked or whatever. God, I hate that. And my passwords and all that, they got to be at least 15 years old. And the phone number that they're connected to, well, that's an old landline that I don't even have anymore. The only landline we kept is the one to the funeral home. So here I am up thinking, oh my gosh, I got to do all this morning. And I'm looking around on the YouTubes because I have more than one computer. And lo and behold, I see the trolls have been busy again. Now, I'm not telling you trolls what to do. You do whatever you want to do. But if you're going to continually put out my personal life, what's that Bob and Robin always says? I go real life. Stop posting real life stuff on your pages about me. So the latest topic is Chuck. You want to know what Chuck's been doing? Well, Chuck and I went to a participating theater, and we took a couple across the street, and this was only for seniors, and we had an absolute blast. We got there and we were sat at tables, and we were given lunch, and then this theater group came on, and they had the audience participating. Now, the last time I attended something like that was, oh my God, back in the, I'm going to say 80s, where I went to a murder mystery dinner and the audience participated. That was a lot of fun. And the other thing we've been busy doing is taking Dexter to the vets because he is just for a checkup to make sure everything's okay. And the doctor said that, the vet said that he's got arthritis in his back legs. we bought vet insurance, and thank goodness we did. And we found out that he was a lot older than we thought he was, which now we're kind of curious, because who we got him from was this lady named Pam. And according to what we were told, is Dexter was the brother of our dog that passed away, that got in the accident. And yet, this dog seems to be older, so must have been a different batch. But anyway, he's got arthritis in his back legs. Though he seems to, like, every day bug us to go to the dog park, so there you go. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with you, Jesus June. Like, what, did you run out of pee pads or something? Because we all know you use those. Sitting there in that recliner at nighttime, make sure you don't piss all over everything. So anyway, June, let's talk about your other bullshit about me hating people. Like, the only person that hates anybody is you. Do you know what I've come to realize? What trolls are? They all like to call each other friends. They're not friends. They don't even know the meaning of friendships. They're mutuals. They're mutuals that are bound together in their hate, their bitterness, and their disappointments in life. That's what they are. And on YouTube, it gives them an outlet. I guess, June, you weren't able to get your therapy going again for your counselors, so that you had someone to talk to. So now you're just using YouTube. And let's face it, out of all of us, the only one that has ever used the word hate, I believe, is you and Dar. You know, you, Dar, and Robin have a lot in common. You all have substance abuse problems. You all have personality disorders. None of you have relationships with a significant other, except for Dar, and that's a very unhealthy one. I wouldn't even call that you can't use that as an example. I mean, what did you do? June, just give up on finding a partner? And we all know Audrey cannot hold a relationship with anybody. And that's why she's ended up in the ghetto. Though she likes to give the impression she's at the beach. No, she lives at the ghetto and drives to the beach. There's a big difference. And if I lived in a ghetto, I'd probably spend all my time at the beach too. But anyway, June, considering none of you have decent relationships or have been able to maintain one with partners, you're always coming out and talking about mine. Because you got in your mind that a relationship has to be a certain way. I don't know anybody an explanation about my relationship with my partner. I don't know why you keep harping on that. And either do you guys. But you guys keep harping on it with me. And it's because you're miserable old bitches, bonded in mutual hate. You know, June, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your family, and I feel sorry for the situation you got left in. And if you're sick, I feel sorry for that too. But that does not dismiss you being a nasty old cunt and trying to pass yourself off as not being. And you're getting so desperate these days, you're putting shit out there that doesn't even make sense. You know, like the stuff about the smoke coming from Canada. Do you realize there's been, for the last month, over 1 million hectares in the United States that has been on fire? And we have been down there helping your asses. So the emissions you're putting in the air far exceeds what Canada does. You're a dirty country. And your current president, Trump, has pulled you out of any environmental protection agencies at all or preventative measures so that he can burn coal and burn oil and pollute you guys even more. There is nobody, you would have to be totally deaf, dumb, and blind to believe that Canada is a dirty country compared to the United States. And not only that, like it's a natural disaster for one thing, but the incompetence of your country. I've been putting some stuff on my post page to let you know, because none of you are educated as to what you treat other countries in the world like and what they really think of you. You sit over there flying your flags and petting your bald eagles and hating on transgenders and hating on this group and hating on that group because you think that you're somehow superior. But truthfully, what you are is a laughing stock of the world right now. And you all go on about your big bad army. Your big bad army isn't shit without the minerals that we produce over here in Canada. A lot of your equipment is old as hell, and you guys couldn't even get it together enough to deal with the whole Iran stuff. Actually, that's because you shouldn't have been involved in the first place. Sticking your nose out in everything. Even your president's a goddamn troll. You guys are a joke. And Robin, so enamored with the beach these days. I'm glad you found something to get you out of the house and get you going. And you're enjoying it. But just because it's novel to you and it's a big deal to you, do you know my place up north is built on sand? 300 years ago, it was actually that area was actually underwater. So when I want to go to the beach, I go through a path of sand, and I'm at the beach. Now, I get everything's relative, so to you it's a big deal, but to me it's not. Because every weekend or during the weekdays when I go up there, I'm at the beach. And living at the beach comes with its own problems. So when it's busy like this, or it has been this time of year, people that have places up there it's not the best time of the year for us. Because we got to listen to all the damn noise. Because we're so located next to the beach. So people that have places by the lake, they like it when it starts to calm down. And besides, the beach, the place my daughter has, the location where it's located, out front is the beach, which is nothing but a bunch of idiots out there this time of year. And us locals, we have a private beach. Which they don't know about, thank God. So yeah, it's fun to go down there when they're having the car shows and the events and stuff like that. But after you've done it for 20 or so years, it's not a big thrill. So like I said, I'm glad you're enjoying the beach. But because the beach isn't the end all and be all to me, it's not because I hate it or I don't like people. And that's another thing. Audrey, you are totally antisocial. And oh, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I got away there. Everything that I have done involves being around people. And in order for me to be as successful and long term as I have, it means that I have to get along with those people and be liked by them. So, like I said, the only thing that you women are doing is your united mutuals, and you're united in your hate of me. Now, do I care that you hate me? Fuck no. I don't care about anybody that has hate in their heart. They're not worth dealing with, nor are they worth fighting with. I had to laugh one time. Audrey, you came out and even said I was arguing with you. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just pointing out what an asshat you look like on YouTube. So, like I said, I know you all like to pretend you're buddies and friends. You're all just a bunch of snakes in a nest. I mean, Dar's talked like shit about Robin. Robin's talked like shit about Dar. June actually fucking humiliated Robin. But yet you all will overlook that because it's more important to hate on me. I think you're a bunch of sick bitches. And I don't think any of you have the ability to look at your channels and see how they appear to other people. Or maybe you don't care. Maybe you're just all about hating on me. That's more important. Which makes you some pretty nasty, nasty women. And all of you have like, there's Darlene coming. Now, Dar's fun. I'll give her that. She's fun to watch. She is nuts. She is the most horrible human being. She is just disgusting. And that's interesting to watch because in normal people's lives, we don't get to see that type of stuff. And I know, I mean, this is Canada. We don't have the shit going on over here like you guys do over there. I mean, yesterday morning alone, you had a mock bombing at the FBI in New York. You had a mass shooting somewhere. And there was another thing you had. That was just in the morning. And I know in your minds you think that other countries have the crime rates and the pollution and the bullshit that you have. No, we don't. You are, the United States is the Western Hemisphere's China. And since Donald Trump's gotten in, it's only getting worse. And instead of y'all doing anything about it, you want to either sit there and pretend it's not that bad or it's not really happening, and you want to still live in your glory days back in 1967, and it's just, and that's what's causing all the problems in your country. You don't want to do what's right. You only want to think of yourselves. I mean, you got that Oompa Loompa running around with his orange makeup on and his bleach blonde hair and his ex-porno actress wife. And you honestly believe that we respect that? And your standard of beauty, I feel sorry for your young women because they're all trying to be something they are not. I mean, there's putting on a little bit of makeup to enhance your appearance, but then there's like going out looking like a streetwalker, and that's what a lot of your teenage girls look like these days because the images that they have. What America thinks is beautiful. It's sad. Instead of just eating healthy and getting exercise. And instead of, hey Kim, instead of focusing on your health, like getting yourself some good health care so that you can live longer, because you know Canadians live on average way longer than you do. Americans do. Getting your government to get off their ass and do that. You'd rather live over there with no health care and die sooner. Because that's not an important issue. No, an important issue is trans people on the sports team. Oh my God. Which is such a small issue, it's not even funny. But anyway, June and Robin, all I'm saying is if I go real life on your asses, stop your whining about it, because that's all you've been doing about me lately. You seem to think you have a right to know about Chuck. You think you seem to have a right to know about my employment careers, my education. Shit, you guys even want to know about my bloodline. That's how ridiculous you are. And what you can't figure out, you just take little bits and pieces, cut, copy, paste them, and then talk over them and make a statement that is completely untrue of what the video is actually saying or meant, the content is actually meant for. And that's your right. You go ahead, do that. I don't care. If it bothered me that much, I would have shut that shit down, but it doesn't. But stop your whining and bitching all the time, because that's all you ever do. You call yourselves digital creators. None of you have any talent whatsoever. You are using the internet like a 6-year-old coloring with crayons. Your quality of your videos, your framing, all of that. None of you have a lick of talent. if it wasn't for everyone else making your images and you taking them from different websites, you wouldn't be able to create shit. And honestly, after I got to the point where I could do AI to the degree I could, I did. I just got bored with the whole thing. I wasn't going to sit down and spend that time. No, it's kind of sad that you guys do this. Spend every day of your fucking lives scoping the internet, hating on people. And you somehow think that it's going to upset me or upset Dawn or whoever you're doing it to. And you're in your 60s. Fucking pathetic. So anyway, if you want to know what I'm doing after I take my new laptop in, I'm going to go out and get a big roast. Got an urge for good roast beef dinner. And then I'm going to go home, chill out, and put together a big pot roast dinner. So I hope that gives you something to gnaw on. And you guys enjoy your day. Enjoy your day at the beach, Robin. June, enjoy your day on the phone. And in your recliner chair. And hopefully you'll be able to get off your drugs and your alcohol. I mean, Darlene came on the other night. She's like unconscious. She doesn't love her life because she's not enjoying her life. She's spending it intoxicated, out of her mind. Robin can't get through life without smoking a joint. And obsessing on the internet. And June, without your sisters and that big fat ass towhead of a brother-in-law you have, and your government money, you'd be out in the street. So be thankful for what you have. And maybe look into a few new hobbies. Talk to you later. Bye now.